Minimal.
Welcome back, guys, to another edition of Gym Day with a Frackin' Idiot. I am, of course, the Frackin' Idiot, Radio Dave. Appreciate you stopping by. And this being our first continuation episode as we take another dive into Leg Day, specifically Leg Day with an Idiot, Volume 2. We're going to be looking at a few different workouts today: sitting leg curls, hip abductors, and standing calf raises. Once you're done punishing your quads in Volume 1, take a couple days off and come run through these to frack your calves and inner thighs up, like the masochist you are. All right, let's get to it.
Minimal.
Starting off, we're looking at sitting leg curls. The way these work is pretty much the exact same as the leg extensions we did last week, only the exact opposite. What's that? That doesn't make sense? Okay. Sit your ass down, throw your legs over the roller pad there, and lock your quads into position with the thigh pad. Pick a weight that makes you cry, grab the handles, and scream for mercy. Now, just like the leg extensions, we want to curl in quick and then slowly release back up. You'll know you're doing these correctly if you start screaming the names of demons you've read about in dark books written in Latin. These will absolutely punish your hamstrings, and the way the hamstring burns is a different kind of pain than most muscles. They just don't feel fun, and you may walk funny after, but all's fair in love and gains. Now, these do indeed suck to do, however, they're irreplaceable when it comes to the benefit you gain in improving balance and reducing the risk of knee injury, especially for us older fracks.
Minimal.
Next up, we're looking at the most erotic of all the leg workouts, the hip abductors, specifically the inner thigh abductors. Now, a lot of guys try to avoid these as they're pretty fucking awkward to do, especially while making direct eye contact with the nearest person around you. The way to do these is climb into the machine, spread your legs far enough apart so that you're getting the stretch you want, lock in, squeeze your thighs together. Hold for a second at the peak of the contraction and slowly release. These give the same kind of burn as the leg curls, as in a fucking shitty one, but they're critical in building strong, squat-worthy legs. You can technically get similar results from doing sumo dumbbell squats or something like that, but trying to manhandle a dumbbell and maintaining balance is even worse in my eyes than just looking a little funny in a machine. Like I said before, you want to look like a jerk or you want to do the work. Who gives a fuck? The major benefit to these is the stabilization it gives you. You may notice sometimes when you're doing like barbell squats, your knees will bend in towards each other when you're pushing back up. And that's actually called knee valgus. It's pretty common, and it happens when weak hip abductor muscles like the gluteus medius are unable to stabilize your knees, leading them to caving inward due to the stronger pull of the inner thigh muscles when squatting. And it's usually caused by muscle imbalance, which isn't hard to fix. So this exercise right here, the hip abductors, these inner thigh hip abductors here specifically, are the exact treatment for fixing that. So if your quads are getting absolutely jacked but your knees are caving inward when you're squatting, you find, throw these into your leg day routine for a few weeks, build up those inner thighs, and watch it directly fix the problem. It won't fix the weird butterfly feeling when a cute guy makes eye contact with you while you're grunting spread eagle, but at least you'll be able to squat without looking like a bitch.
Minimal.
Last one on the roster today is standing calf raises. These guys are fairly simple to do. Just set your shoulder pads at the reasonable height, climb in so you're bracing with your shoulders, set your feet shoulder width apart, and so just the front half of your feet there standing on the plate, specifically like the balls of your feet. Raise your heels, as you can see me doing there, by pushing through the balls of your feet and make sure your feet are straight. Hold on for a second at the peak, and squeeze and slowly release. Most guys will go all the way down so that their heels are below the plate, but you don't really need to do that. You'll get the same gains just by keeping your feet flat and neutral at the bottom of the exercise. But if you want to get that extra stretch at the bottom, that's fine too. It's not going to kill you. Don't lock your knees on these, as you can put excess strain where you don't want it, and try to keep your back and shoulders relaxed. We're trying to punish the calves here, literally nothing else. The biggest thing to remember on these, be warned, is to breathe through it. Going too heavy or too quickly or holding your breath on the calf raises can actually cause you to faint, which is going to make you look like a fucking asshole. I've literally seen it happen. When you perform a calf raise, your calf muscles contract forcefully, squeezing a large amount of blood out of your legs and towards your heart. And that can lead to something called orthostatic hypotension, which sounds fucking terrifying, but essentially it just means your body isn't adjusting quickly enough to the change in position. It's not a big deal. When you stand up on your toes, if it does happen, it's not a major thing. Just rest rest for a bit, drink some water, but the best way to avoid it is to use manageable weight and make sure you breathe through each one. Exhale on the contraction, inhale on the release. Otherwise, you'll inhale the floor when you pass the f*** out. There is also a sitting version of these that you can do if fainting or dizziness is a common issue for you, so we can look into that next time.
Minimal.
And that's it for Leg Day Volume 2. These ones are definitely more dexterous than the other ones we looked at last week. Those are just more almost brute strength than anything, where these are definitely more reliant on technique. Some sort of technique anyway. But coupled together, alternating each time, these will get your lower body fucking jacked. And that about does it for this one, though. So I hope you learned some shit, or at the very least, to just enjoy the constant barrage of dick jokes. You know I'm good for it. I'll have more for you next time if you decide to come back. Let me know what you thought of these exercises and what leg workouts you'd like to keep in your routine. And let me know what I should be trying out in mine. Be sure to follow, like, share, and subscribe. And remember to use promo code RD0Dave, that's Radio Dave, for all your SupplementWorldCanada.com purchases. Check us out again here next time for Gym Day with a fucking idiot. I'm Radio Dave, you're you, and I'll see you on the next one.